The Senior Mentor Banquet is a time for our seniors to reflect upon those that have made an impact in our lives, especially in regards to our academic achievements. Welcome to the Class of 2020 Senior Mentor Banquet and Scholarship Presentation.
To me, a mentor is more than just someone I can look up to. A mentor is someone I admire, someone I can count on for guidance, but also someone who will push me to be the best person I can be. My mentor is Stephanie Pace. Mrs. Pace was my English teacher from the 6th grade through my junior year. She was my debate and speech coach and has made a huge impact in my life. One of the biggest things I admire about Mrs. Pace is how she forms relationships with her students. She quickly made her classroom feel like a comfortable place for our class. She not only made an effort to bond with me, but also my parents, and genuinely wanted to know about my life outside of school. She took the time to really get to know her students and quickly became someone I was comfortable going to for guidance or help. She's one of the most supportive teachers I have ever had. For example, when some of us wanted to start a debate team, she was willing to start the program and be our coach, even though she had never coached debate and wasn't familiar with the rules. She got us into debate contests and was encouraging through the entire season, even though by the end of it almost everyone had quit. I don't think we had realized how much writing debate would require. Mrs. Pace was constantly pushing me to do new things, and without first making that relationship, I never would have gotten into speech. As someone who hates performing, when Mrs. Pace approached me about joining speech my freshman year, I wanted nothing to do with it. Somehow over the course of the next year, she tricked me into joining for my sophomore year. I had originally only joined group speech, but I had a misconception that if you did group speech, you also had to participate in individual, and Mrs. Pace had no intention of correcting me. So I ended up in individual speech and I fell in love with it. With encouragement from Mrs. Pace, I slowly became more comfortable with performing. I still get nervous, but she has greatly increased my self-confidence. She was constantly pushing me to try new things, even if they were outside of my comfort zone. And she was definitely right. Speech was easily my favorite part of my high school career, and without her constant pushing, I never would have joined. Even after she transferred to a new school, she was still checking in with the speech team and making sure we didn't need anything. When Mrs. Pace left, I was a little nervous about my senior speech season. Even before she left, she made it clear that she would help us with anything we needed. She still helped me pick out pieces for group and individual speech, and even came to Sheridan on a weekend to practice with Kyla and me before group speech contest. When the individual speech team was nervous and felt unprepared for our speech contest, she let all 4 of us go to her school and we practiced for almost 5 hours. When the state speech contest got canceled because of the coronavirus, I thought I wasn't going to get to do my last high school speech performance, but she got me into Fort Dodge's contest so I could still perform and get a rating. Thanks to Mrs. Pace, I was able to keep this one piece of my senior year in spite of COVID-19. She continued to support me even after switching schools and definitely had a hand in saving my senior year speech season. Mrs. Pace is the kind of teacher I hope to be someday. She makes long-lasting relationships with her students, and I wouldn't be who I am today without her. Although I plan on teaching, I will never be an English teacher because no matter how hard she tried, I was never able to grasp the concept of a comma. This fall, I will be attending Wayne State in Nebraska and majoring in secondary math education. Thank you, Mrs. Pace, for believing in me when even I didn't.
Hey Maddie, I feel so honored that you chose me as your mentor, and I have appreciated being able to watch you grow into the wonderful young woman that you have become. One of my favorite memories of you is watching you step out of your comfort zone and do group speech, and then step even further out of your comfort zone and do individual speech and excel. You did such a good job. I hope that in college you continue to step out of your comfort zone, join choir, audition for a play, help out backstage, do something. I think that you will excel. I wish you all the best.
Hi, TC seniors. Miranda Steinkamp here. I am the president of our Peyton Sheridan Education Association, and I wanted to first and foremost just say I'm so proud of you guys and how you've taken all of this on, and you're being such troopers and such good role models for our younger friends. So thank you very much for that. Also, I wanted to congratulate a couple of our friends, seniors. We usually get out 1 or 2 scholarships to a couple seniors. Specifically ones that are going into education or into a field of service. We also look at things like character and who's being a good leader and showing kindness and things like that. And it was pretty tricky because you guys are all such good kiddos, but we are going to give 2 $200 scholarships to both Maddie Monaghan and Kyla Byers. So we're very, very proud of you girls, and we're happy to give you that scholarship, and we hope that your endeavors in education are awesome. I know that you guys will do wonderful things, and you will be wonderful educators. Both girls are so caring and so kind and are such good leaders for our elementary friends and all of our friends in school. So best of luck to everyone, and congratulations.
Hi, my name is Jesse Knoll, and my mentor is Chris Stimson. He used to work at Paint Sheridan. He was the PE teacher, the health teacher, the driver's ed teacher, as well as the athletic director, the basketball coach, and the track coach. Among those professional titles, most would call him, those same people would also call him a good role model. Mr. Stimson has always helped me in many ways, more ways than he knows, and I feel like as many more ways than I know myself. He has always pushed people to be their best no matter what. I've always respected him for that. Looking back on how he affected me, I can't look over how he helped me with my progress in basketball. Even though I had little playing time during my freshman and sophomore years, that time sitting on the varsity bench and practicing against the top squad helped me realize how important it is to work hard every minute you're in the gym and in practice. Even after he left for a different school, I took advantage of my time that summer to become the best player I could. This mentality and the fuel that Mr. Stimson put into my fire when I got into high school helped me to expand my game. I love basketball, and I can't thank him enough for helping me expand my game. Athletics and academics go hand in hand, especially in high school. Mr. Stimson always put academics before athletics, and he held everyone to the same standard in the classroom. He did not care who you were. He wanted you eligible if you were playing for him. His mentality on academics, first, really resonated with me. For instance, there was a select few of kids that he'd always keep an eye on and make sure they were always eligible. So you could probably guess I was one of them for a period of time. And I didn't like doing poorly in class, and I also didn't like him breathing down my neck all the time. So I took academics seriously, and when I realized how much of a priority it was, I really buckled down and tried hard in class. And if it wasn't for him, I don't know where my grades would be right now. Mr. Stimson is a big reason for my successes in the classroom and on the court, but most importantly, for my successes in life. He showed me what it meant to be a good student, athlete, competitor, and most importantly, a good person. Mr. Stimson, my mom thanks you for getting me out of the house and pursuing a passion. My GPA thanks you a lot for showing me the importance of academics, and I thank you for changing my life. The things that you've taught and shown me during your time at Paint Sheridan will stick with me forever, especially during college. And this fall, I will be attending Iowa State. I don't know what I'm going to major in, but I'm going to assume it's going to be something in sports science, something of that nature, for a 4-year degree.
Hey Jesse, Coach Stimson here. I just wanted to reach out and congratulate you on graduation. And you know, your many years of hard work has paid off greatly for you. I can remember when you came to Peyton Sheridan, you know, you came in middle school, first time out for basketball, never really played organized basketball. And, you know, I think everybody around looked at you as a person that was really going to have to put the work in order to succeed. And I can't even begin to tell you how proud I am, the effort that you put in. You became a kid that could barely dribble the ball to a kid that was a multifaceted type of player. So all the hard work that you put in, the changes that you had to make, the sacrifices, cutting your hair, making your time in the weight room all those early mornings. As you can see, this is where I'm doing my video from. This is where I spend a lot of my time right now. I want to congratulate you. Finishing with this COVID-19 is probably not how you wanted to see, finishing with your peers and your classmates, but I do see that you're going to Iowa State, so you've picked a good choice. Go Cyclones. My fondest memory, I guess, of you is, if you remember our driver's ed session, it was midwinter, maybe end of winter, early spring, when it was colder than heck out. You wore shorts, everybody else had sweatshirts and sweatpants on, and you got in the driver's ed car. You were driving first. We put the air conditioner on and had that baby blasting, and by the time that we got the pops, you were shaking, asking if we could turn that heat on. There's a lot of good memories I had. We may not have seen eye to eye to a lot of things, but you never once were a disrespectful individual. You were always very respectful. You've put a lot of time and effort, again, into what you've done, and you're going to only grow as an individual. And, your time that you put in the past is certainly going to help you succeed in your future. So good luck. Know you always have a good word for me if you ever need anything. Help on, a job or something like that, give me a holler, drop me a line. I'd be certainly glad to put in a good word for you. Anyway, again, congratulations, Jesse, and good luck on the rest of your future.
Lyle Growl was very talented with building things, as noted by a patent that he created for a PTO adapter. His Christmas displays always had moving parts in his yard. He did this all after losing a hand in a farming accident at the age of 21. In 2009, when Lyle passed away, he was very mindful of his community and Peyton-Sheridan schools. A scholarship was created in his memorial for Peyton-Sheridan graduates. On behalf of the Lyle Growl Scholarship, I am proud to announce a $400 scholarship for Kyla Byers, Caleb Fisher, Jacob Geisler, and Maddie Monaghan. Congratulations.
My mentor is hardworking, driven, kind, and supportive, and has been there for me since I was born. My mentor is my father, Samuel Schmidt. My father has shaped me into the person I am today and has influenced my music taste and the way I problem solve. He has always been there by my side through the tough times and the easy ones, and I know he forever will be. He supports me and teaches me how to look at life. My dad is and will forever be my mentor. My dad has always helped me through a difficult situation. I remember when I was in elementary school, I wasn't very fond of school. I thought that it was boring and I wouldn't need it. I remember my dad telling me just to keep my head up and keep kicking because I'm going to need school to chase my dreams. He led me down the right path in order for me to become whatever it was that I wanted to be. He always believed in me and showed me that he cared by telling me how good I was doing and congratulating me on all my academic achievements throughout school. He always told me to push forward and do my best at everything I did. He would tell me as long as I gave it my all, then he was proud. My dad also helped me develop my love for music. Growing up, no matter where we were going, there was always music playing in the car, and we would sing together no matter the song. He showed me all types of music, from the classic rock that he would listen to in high school, to the more modern country music that he listens to today. During doing this, helped me appreciate music, no matter the genre, and show me that music is the way into the soul. I remember some days we would look through his old CDs, and he would show me some of his favorite songs, and he would sit there and he'd sing the lyrics while I just watched. Watching him listen to those songs showed me how music can make people feel amazing. Nowadays, we have a somewhat differing music taste, and we both still connect through certain songs. Sometimes we share music with each other. We won't always like the song, but it's the bond that we've created. It has shaped the way I look at music and also helped me decide what I wanted to do in the future. In the fall, I plan to attend Kirkwood Community College majoring in music production. I then plan to become an apprentice under a major record label and eventually become a head producer creating music for the world to hear. Along this journey, I know that my dad is and will still be there by my side, aiding me and giving me any advice that he can. And for that reason, I thank you, Dad.
Dear Ian, let me first start by saying thank you. It's an honor and privilege for me to be the largest mentor at this stage of your life. As I sit here and think about us, the many challenges we faced together and overcame, it makes me proud to call you my son. Life brings us many challenges every day. Knowing that we have one another is a powerful thing. I hope as your life continues, you will never forget of the bond that we share. Some advice I would like to give to you as you move into the next chapter of your life would be to work hard, keep your head up, and keep moving forward. Challenge yourself and know that you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. As your father, I will always be there for you when times get tough and share in the times that bring you joy. With hard work and perseverance, your goals will become attainable and life will bring you great joy. Always keep God in your life and remember the angels you have looking out for you. Good luck on your next chapter and the many more life brings you. Always remember I love you, God bless, and good luck, my son. Love, Dad.
On behalf of the American Legion and the Towers family, we would like to congratulate you on being awarded the American Legion Dwayne and Carolyn Towers Family Scholarship. We are very excited that you were awarded the scholarship, and we thank you for your service to the Sheridan community, to the American Legion, and to the church. Good luck with your future.
Congratulations, Caleb.
Congratulations, Caleb.
Congratulations, Caleb.
I am pleased to announce the Iowa State Bar Association American Citizenship Award. The Citizenship Award goes to the student who shows excellence in American citizenship. They are honored with a plaque and a $250 check, and the Peyton Sheridan 2020 winner is Jacob Geisler. Congratulations, Jacob.
I chose my mentor for many reasons, but I'm going to highlight just a couple that stood out to me as I'm getting older. My mentor has worked hard to get where he is in life and has overcome some pretty tough adversities that made him into the man he is today. The reason he is my mentor is because I do not know anyone else that has worked as hard as he has gone through the challenges that he has, and is still a good man that can smile at the end of the day. My mentor is Jay Thede, my dad. My father has been working since he was a teenager and has not stopped since. I'm not talking about mowing someone's lawn or a gas station job. I am talking about real jobs that require a lot of time, good work ethic, and skill. He has worked as anything from a dessert cook to a roofer on houses to working as a pig farmer. In all of these jobs, he has worked long hours for weeks on end to earn his own money. Regardless of what he did or didn't have at the time, he always worked. One of his best qualities, in my opinion, is his work ethic. It is one of the best I've ever seen in a person, and amazes me sometimes how a person can even work that much and still enjoy it. Knowing that he works a lot has helped shape my own work ethic. I work often at my own job and am known to be willing to pick up hours. I do this because I know how hard my own dad works and want to help out as much as possible. Not only has he worked his whole life, he has also faced some tough challenges that have shaped him into who he is now. The first couple challenges are things that he has to go through every single day: pain and stress. He has had many health issues and injuries that cause him to experience pain every day of his life. Yes, he may complain. Yes, he may bring it up often. However, at the end of the day, he always works harder than anyone else and fights through it. I feel like that is a quality that a lot of people lack. When they are in pain or tired or not feeling well, they give up or make excuses. With him, he complains while still getting up and working, or spending time with the kids, or helping someone who needs it. He doesn't make excuses often, and that's something I think everyone should do. He is also stressed out a lot. He has to work at several sites and take care of tens of thousands of turkeys and pigs. Not only that, he has to go in essentially every day, no days off, to take care of them. Then, on top of that, he has to pay for all the vehicles, pay the bills, pay for groceries, spend time with the kids, and still have time for himself. Being able to handle all that and still be a good father and person is hard for anyone, and I'm proud to say that he does it all very well. His other challenge was trying to provide for the family. Even with working all the time, money used to be a problem for my father and our family. Working full-time wasn't enough, and I know that it was hard on him to not be living the life that he wanted. Eventually, he made some tough and major life choices and worked even harder than before, in and out of work. He fixed his credit, moved us into a better house, and started making better money. Before we knew it, we were living a much better life, and it was all because of him. Even with that, he continued to work and better himself and his life, and as of now, our lives couldn't be any better. My dad is my mentor for many reasons, and he will always be my mentor. He has helped make me into the person I am today. I have decided to go to the University of Northern Iowa and work on becoming a high school history teacher, and hopefully someday becoming a coach as well. I have my dad to help me with these goals and support me along the way, and for that I am extremely grateful.
John, continue to be a leader and not a follower. You have a big heart. Let it shine. You've helped me out in more ways than you can ever imagine. I'm always here for you, no matter what. Love always, Dad. The 2020 recipient of the Beta Tau Delta $1,000 scholarship is Caleb Fisher. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Maddie Monaghan for receiving the Music Achievement Award for $50 per semester and the Presidential Commitment Award for $4,000 a year for 4 years at Wayne State.
My mentor came in my life in the winter of 2005 when my mom met him at a karaoke party. He and I connected easily. My mom's new friend would take time to sit down and play Matchbox cards with me. He would take me on many different adventures where he would teach me life lessons. He would take me to the rodeo, the fair, and the farm to work, and many other adventures. My mentor was my late father, John Gannon. John was a mentor because of his life lessons and support. He was at every single one of my basketball games, concerts, and soccer games. John would tell me on numerous occasions to look on the brighter sides of things and to never give up no matter how hard it was. Whenever my grades were not the best, he would tell me that he believes in me and that I could bring it up. This would give me the strength to fight for my grade to make him proud. He taught me that anything can be fixed with baling wire and duct tape. Because of him, I am able to quickly think to fix a problem. I just think, what would John do? He taught me that you should always treat women with respect and would always tell me, happy wife, happy life. John always treated my mother with the utmost respect. He was a great example to my perspective on how a man should treat a woman. When John came into my life in 2005, he loved me like I was his own son. He would wake up and go to work at 4 a.m. and come home at 5 and did it all over again. He would always make sure that we were taken care of with clothes or necessities that we needed. John never failed to tell us that he loved us right before he left. With John as my father figure, I was able to learn many lessons from him that I am very thankful for. I am glad that he was able to treat me as his own and give me this life that I would not have had otherwise. While John is not with us today, I carry his memory and life lessons with me. His actions and advice have led me to be the man I am today. I will continue to be guided by John as I start my adult life as a welder at Bauer Built Manufacturing. I will forever be grateful for everything John has done for me and my family. Thank you.
John was still alive. The advice that I believe he would give JJ as far as moving forward into his next chapter of his life, adulthood, he would tell JJ to work hard at whatever it is he wants to do. If you can work hard, and you do work hard, you can get through life. He would tell JJ he's very proud of him and that he can do anything he wants. With hard work, you can do anything you want. That's what Mr. Gannon, I believe, would tell JJ. And that he loves him very, very much.
I am pleased to announce the American Legion Auxiliary and Phyllis Weedron Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $300 to Kyla Byers. Congratulations, Kyla.
Throughout my life, I have been influenced by many people, ranging from coaches, teachers, and family members. One family member that I admire and look up to especially is my grandpa, Paul Baumgartner. He has given me multiple valuable characteristics that I have and appreciate today. One of the most important ways my grandpa has influenced me is by teaching me respect. Besides my parents, my grandpa has had the biggest effect on how I show respect. I have been told many times that when I was younger, my behavior was not the best. Because of this, my grandpa took an extra role in correcting that issue. My grandpa asked my mom to get daily behavior checks from my teachers at school, and if I had a good week, he would take me out to eat. Through this, I learned to be more respectful and how to act properly in public. This is something I still appreciate to this day because it taught me manners and respect. Another way my grandpa has mentored me is in sports. Athletics have been a big part of my life, and my constant involvement in them comes from my grandpa. His interest in sports helped mine grow. I remember many times where he would take time to tell me about sporting events and players. These talks helped me become interested in sports, which turned into a big part of my life. Along with helping me get into sports, my grandpa has shown constant support for me and my teammates throughout the years. He has done this by attending as many games as possible and always expressing his pride. Through my involvement in various activities, I have been able to meet many people who have taught me a lot. Additionally, I've learned many lessons about persistence and dedication. My grandpa has also had an effect on my performance in school. He has shown me the importance of doing well in school for many years. He has always stressed the importance of good grades in order to help myself meet my short-term and long-term goals. Because of his constant support and lessons, I have been able to be successful in school. I am very grateful for this influence specifically, and because of it, I have the opportunity to pursue a degree at Iowa State University in the fall. I hope to continue learning from my grandpa, and I appreciate and respect him for everything he has done for me.
I am very pleased to know that my grandson, Caleb Fisher, considers me a mentor. I remember that from the day he was born, he excelled in all his beginning stages of development. I am proud to participate in his life and growth. Caleb has grown into an amazing young man. He is conscientious, hardworking, and has wonderful goals for his future. His most impressive qualities are his kindness and generosity towards others. I have been privileged to share in many of his interests through the years. I am extremely proud of the young man Caleb is now, and I know he will be the same as he heads into adulthood. I want to thank Caleb for honoring me as his mentor. On behalf of the Greene County Masonic Lodge, I am proud to present a $1,000 scholarship to Kyla Byers, Caleb Fisher, and Maddie Monaghan. Congratulations.
I've had a lot of people in my life that have helped me grow over the years. There is one specific person that has helped me a lot throughout my senior year and since I was a baby, and that person is my Aunt Regina Subir. My Aunt Gina has been helping me out a lot this year with assignments in senior prep and some other classes too. This may come as a surprise, but sometimes I struggle to stay on task. She does a very good job at keeping me on track with my work. When I was having a hard time writing the essays for my senior portfolio, Aunt Gina was there to help. She would help me by throwing out ideas of what would be good to add to the essays and reminding me of things that I have done. She has also helped me with my resume. We talked through all the things that she and I have done together. She also brought to my attention some other things that I've done, such as helping out my church and working with my dad. If it weren't for my Aunt Gina, I'm not sure I would have been able to survive my senior year. Aunt Gina has always supported my hobbies and work. I would go with her to help her sell her jewelry at art shows. Sometimes I would bring my own things to sell that I made, like paracord bracelets and some of my photos that I have taken. I wanted to be able to have my own little business like she did. By going to art shows with her, I have gained valuable experience with the business world and being able to talk to people. My aunt would always help me with projects if I needed it. When I was doing a lot of photography, she was helping me set up a business page on Facebook to display my photos. She even got me a website for my birthday to share my pictures. She has always been a person I can look up to, and she is always supporting me. My Aunt Gina has always been there for me, whether she would be helping me with a class or encouraging to pursue my passions. She is someone I know I can go to no matter the issue. I'm lucky to have someone in my life like Aunt Gina. Even though we'll be farther apart next year when I'm attending Kirkwood Community College for Parks and Natural Resources, I know I can depend on her for help, and for that I am appreciative.
Hi, Gage. Aunt Gina here. I am so honored to learn that you picked me to write your mentor essay about. I am so proud of you. I have not been able to read the essay yet, so I'm going to be just as excited as everyone else to watch this video and see what you decided to write about us and our relationship. I am so proud to be your aunt and just so happy about how creative you are, how smart you are, how clever and funny. You're just a wonderful young man, and I can't wait to see how the rest of your life turns out, and I will be here cheering you on always. Love you, buddy.
This year's winner of the Higgins Hoyle Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $250 goes to Kyla Byers. Congratulations, Kyla.
She is there for not only me, but every other Peyton Shooting Rocket. Libby Towers is my mentor and will be for a long time. Libby is a school guidance counselor, better known as Mrs. Towers. She's devoted a lot of her time to multiple school activities to make it a more enjoyable place. And on top of all of that, she's helped me personally and educationally. The first time I met Mrs. Towers was in 8th grade during leadership. 8th grade is the last year before high school, and I was feeling pretty nervous about this. She helped me feel less anxious by telling me that it's not that much different than middle school and just a couple new faces. Jump into freshman year, surprisingly, this was my easiest and best year of high school. Mrs. Towers helped me form a schedule that wouldn't overwhelm me, but would also push me. She didn't let me just take a whole bunch of online classes and be antisocial. She really wanted me to make more friends and to be more social. She would remind me every time that I would see her that we are working towards a goal. We are working towards being successful and going to college and finding a good job. My next year of high school is when I created a more personal bond with Mrs. Towers. Mrs. Towers is always there for me to talk to. She's always there for me to go to if I ever have a problem with anything personally or educationally. She's done so much for me. She's always believed in me, and most importantly, she's always pushed me to do my best. During my sophomore year, I had a lot of downs. I missed a lot of school due to a lot of mental health reasons, and Mrs. Towers became a really reliable person to me. She would notify a lot of my teachers that I would be missing school and that I probably wouldn't be back for a week or so. When I got back, she would check in with me to make sure that I was okay and that I was keeping up on my work. And if I wasn't, she would make sure that I started keeping up on my work. She always wanted to make sure that I was doing my best during school and outside of school. Another of the million reasons Mrs. Towers is my mentor is a motivation to make Peyton Sheridan a more enjoyable and safe environment for all of the students. My first day of senior year, instead of making class start off by hitting the books and learning all the rules, she created a fun activity. This activity was pretty challenging for my group, but it was fun. We had a whole bunch of dry spaghetti noodles and one marshmallow, and we all were challenged to make a tower to see who could get the marshmallow the highest in the air. And my group didn't win, but it was really fun and it taught us a lot of teamwork. And throwback to my junior year. Mrs. Towers took on a huge task of coaching t-ball when she was pregnant with Riley. That was pretty brave in my opinion. She also coaches middle school basketball and a soccer program for the Early Learning Center. It is really admirable that Mrs. Towers can be such a great mom, teacher, coach, and a mentor all at once. I've never seen her give up on anything ever. And Libby Towers isn't just a mentor for me. She does so much for our school and for the students in it that she's probably a mentor for basically anyone. Mrs. Towers is the type of person to always look for the good in people. She doesn't just say, oh, you messed up last time, so you're not going to do good this time. She always motivates and pushes the students to be the best she's done. She's done so much for me, and it's a huge reason where I am today. If it wasn't for her, I probably would have fallen behind in school if she didn't help push me to get that makeup work done. I just want to say thank you, Mrs. Towers. What you've done for me has really helped me a lot.
No matter how moody or late I was to class, you really helped me. Sorry. No matter how late or moody I was when I showed up to class in the morning, you always made sure that I was okay. You always checked in, and you always pushed me to do my best.
Hi, Calissa. I wanted to let you know that I am so proud of you. You have had your ups and downs throughout your high school career, and while I've been there maybe with you for most of them, I am so proud of the way you have put everything together this year and chased your passions and worked odd hours and put in the time to start working towards those goals that you've set for yourself. My hope for you is that you'll continue to push yourself, focus on the positive, find ways around those obstacles, and become the best you that you can be. I love you. I'm going to miss you next year, and best of luck with everything.
Hi, this is Bob Allen with Home State Bank. Wanted to take this chance to congratulate the class of 2020 for all their accomplishments and everything they've done in their high school years. I'm currently practicing social distancing out in the cornfield, but wish I had the chance in person to tell you what a great job and how we're all thinking about you during these difficult times. But just to remind you that all these memories and all these times could be opportunities in the future. So I wish you the best of luck. To announce the winner of our $500 scholarship for 2020 is Caleb Fisher. Congratulations, Caleb. We wish you the best in the future.
I'm not gonna lie, giving this speech makes me nervous. Mostly because my mentor was my speech coach and my English teacher. Mrs. Pace has been a tremendous impact on my life during high school. Not only has she been my teacher since 6th grade and my speech coach throughout high school, but she's been a friend and mentor through it all. I remember the day she told us she was going to transfer schools. Many of us cried knowing we wouldn't see her in our halls and classrooms next year. Even the seniors cried, knowing what an important role she played in our lives. There are so many things to appreciate about Mrs. Pace, but if I have to pick 2 key things to say about her, I would say she's the most caring and open-minded person I know. One of the things that I admire most about Mrs. Pace is her open mind. She has a respect for other people's opinions that you don't see much of nowadays. Mrs. Pace is able to hold a strong opinion of her own without shutting down someone else's. The things that I remember most about her class are not the papers I completed, but were our open-ended conversations. In her class, she would let us talk about the things that were important to us while allowing us to see the topic from another perspective. She would take problems from our everyday life and turn them into a topic of discussion. During this time, she would encourage us to not only think of ourselves, but try and walk in someone else's shoes. She would show her respect to others by recognizing everyone's opinion. Another reason that I view Mrs. Pace as a role model is because of how caring she is. She is one of the most caring people I know. She makes genuine connections with her students, which is what I believe makes her such a great role model. Mrs. Pace never stopped advocating for her students, from the time she was with us until she left for better opportunities. She never stopped supporting her students. She would still come to our games, and despite no longer being our speech coach, she still helped us. A group of us even went to her new school, where she helped all of us, not just the students she already had. Mrs. Pace has such a big heart, and she has only ever been kind to people. Her abilities to be so caring is a big reason why I regard her with such respect and admiration. Choosing Mrs. Pace as a mentor was not a hard task. She has been such a great influence to me throughout high school. I could not have picked a better person. She's taught me so much, among which are caring for others and keeping an open mind. I know that even though I don't see her at school, she'll only be a short drive away next year when I attend Iowa Central Community College for elementary education. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me, Mrs. Pace. Knowing you is definitely one of the highlights of my time in school. You have been a great leader to me, and I'm sure you will continue to be for others in the future. Thank you.
Hey Kyla, I just wanted to say thank you for choosing me as your mentor. I absolutely enjoyed having your wonderfully sassy attitude, personality in class. And even though I do truly believe that you would make a wonderful mortician, I do know that you will do great things in the future. My wish for you is to try new things, audition for a play in college, join a group, be in choir, do something fun just for you. I wish you all the best. Love you.
I'm Doug Reeder from the radio station in Jefferson. Each school district in Iowa is eligible to present a student the Bernie Sagal Award. Have you heard of that? Are you familiar?
No.
Okay, Bernie, for decades, headed the Iowa High School Athletic Association. He's retired now, and Iowa High School Athletics made tremendous strides under his leadership. And I'm proud to say that you are Peyton Shenan's recipient of the Bernie Sagal Award. So congratulations for that. Normally I would shake your hand, but we'll skip that today. So it's presented annually to the graduating student who best exemplifies a patriotic spirit with strong religious and moral convictions, living and professing the qualities of honesty, integrity, and sportsmanship, believing that both games and life should be conducted by the rules. Congratulations.
Thank you. My mentor is someone that is very hardworking, loving, handy, supportive, and is always there to help others when they need it. He has also always pushed me to do different things and encourages me to continue my schooling after high school. My mentor is my dad, Greg Geisler. My dad has always pushed me to better myself and further my schooling. When I was younger, I always wanted to go with my dad when he went to tile. I was eager to help, but usually I would just stand around and let them do the work. Every time I went with him, he would say, "Well, you see what you don't want to do for the rest of your life." My dad didn't go to college, so the work he does is hard on him, and a lot of the time it's a pain in his butt. Throughout the years, I started helping him more and more, and I always thought, this isn't too bad, it could be a good job to get into. But as the time went on, I figured out he was right. I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. He has taught me so many different skills over the years, such as drywalling, working on vehicles, and other sorts of projects. Because of my dad always helping me and showing me how to do things, I have a good common knowledge of working on different types of things. I will remember these skills for the rest of my life. My dad has always been super supportive of me and what I decided to do. When I decided to start working at the age of 14 for a detasseling company, many people told me, "You don't want to do that. You have the rest of your life to work. It's going to be too hard." But I was set on doing it. My dad told me that it is hard work, but he never doubted that I could do it. He said, if that's what you really want to do, you can try it, and if you find out that's not what you want to do, that's fine, but you might as well give it a shot. So I did, and because of that, I ended up doing it for 2 years. This is just one example of how he is always supporting me and encouraging me. My dad has always pushed me to further my education, and he has always been supportive of my decisions I make. I look up to my dad in so many different ways. I am very lucky to be able to call him my dad. Thank you so much for everything you have done for me. With your support and encouragement, I look forward to attending Kirkwood Community College in Cedar Rapids for their Architectural Tech program.
What to say about Jacob Geisler? Well, as his father, I'm going to have to cut this short. None of us want to sit here for 17 and a half years. Jacob has been a wonderful helper to me and others alike. He could bait his own hook and remove his own fish by kindergarten age, and assist with his sister's hook, often caught in a tree or grandma's arm. Jacob helped me wire and rock the addition to our house and mow yards. In high school, he continued making us proud, whether it be by making a little kid's morning with a high five in the hallway or an older lady's night with a hand to the top of the bleachers at the game. Jacob continues to help with Lions Club Cleanup Day and many duties around the Mark Hoyle operation. Some of my best memories are whenever he learned to drive something new. Whether it be a bicycle, lawnmower, four-wheeler, or backhoe, he always turns around with confidence to smile and wave. I know the day is coming soon when he hops in that dirty old pickup truck and turns to smile and wave with confidence as he leaves to start the rest of his life. Keep making us proud, Jacob. You've got this, and we love you.
Congratulations to Calissa Baker for being awarded the DMAC Foundation Scholarship for the amount of $1,000 for the summer term 2020.
The recipient for the 2020 Sheridan Lions Club $400 scholarship is Jacob Geisler. Congratulations.
Jerica Lowe isn't just my best friend. She is part of my family. She is one of my closest friends. And we are always there for each other. She is there when I'm having a bad day, need to rant to someone, scared, or want to tell her about my day. She makes me happy when I'm feeling down. I wouldn't trade her for the world. We have been through a lot during our friendship. I support her decisions and she supports mine. She is all one could ask for in a friend. When I first met Jerica, it was at the park in Beeman. She was walking her grandpa's dog, Max. He's a cute little beagle. I walked right up to her and asked if I could pet the dog. We talked a lot that day and we were instant friends. When I got my first phone a few weeks later, we exchanged numbers. We would always hang out. The more we talked to each other, the more we found out we have a lot in common. She was there for me after I moved away, and our friendship has withstood distance. We still talk through social media, email, call and text each other. It may not be every day, but we keep in contact with one another. I have appreciated her friendship. Over the summer, when I stay with my dad, we spend a lot of time together. We walk around town, go swimming, and I meet more of her friends. Our friendship is so strong, we've talked about becoming roommates and moving into a house together. We planned out everything, the house, jobs, where we would live, how many kids we would have. With a friendship as strong as ours, we get a little overprotective of each other, whether it's us dating, meeting new friends, or if we are around a group of people and don't like it. We stick by one another. Surprisingly, we have never got into an argument because we listen to one another and respect one another. We don't talk all the time, but we do keep each other updated. I believe this is why we are such great friends. She taught me how to play scat or 31. To this day, I play it when I'm stressed or sometimes need to calm down or if I miss Jerica. After coming to PC, I taught it to a few people at school because it is quick and easy to learn. I even taught it to Miss Towers. Then she was teaching more kids how to play. Once I found out, I called Jerica to tell her the good news. For us, Get isn't just a game, it's how we bond. With the distance, we've stayed close. Whatever life throws at us, I know for a fact that we will always have each other's backs and through thick and thin. She has helped me in so many ways that I can't describe how important she has become in my life. I believe if we didn't meet like we did, I would probably still be stuck in my depressed state of mind and be around the wrong crowd of people. Jerica has shown me that you can never give up on something if it means so much to you. I am thankful for our friendship. She is one of the most supportive people that I have ever known. Even though we give each other a hard time, we wouldn't know what to do without each other. That's one of the reasons why we are so close to each other. She has also helped me calm down a lot faster when she knows something is about to happen or go down. Jerica and I will remain close as I start my next chapter in life with the Iowa National Guard.
Hi, Barry. Congratulations on making it to being a senior and finally getting to walk down this stage. I know it probably sucks not being able to actually walk down the stage. I can't wait to see what else you do in the future. Can't wait to be by your side for all of it. Mom's really happy with everything you're doing. Congratulations. We love you.
The recipient for the 2020 United Bank of Iowa $500 scholarship is Maddie Monaghan. Congratulations.